If you're anybody who's interested, poetry readings, you don't have to read or you don't have to write to come out and just enjoy it. There is second Wednesday of the month is at the Black Eagle, and they call that the dirty poetry reading, but it's not always just dirt and smut. There's quite a mix of different ways of looking at life, and also we have a Buddies in Bad Times Theatre. We have that one on the third Sunday of the month. That one's even more diverse, different people, different walks of life, and it can be really quite mind-opening, really. It's really good. So anyways, I have a couple of poems I'm going to do, and this one I will do in Cockney. My mum raised me. She had a father from Wales, and so she would, always joke with me and use a mock English accent of her father. So I've kind of taken to, when I wear a top hat and I usually read poetry, I think I've got to do some of Cockney, a little bit, try at it anyways. This first one, so anyway, look at you, well, I love you all to bits, I do, I'm so glad to come out. Now, my first poem, Mystery in the Sky. As I was walking one day, well, let me put these on, oh, I can see it now. As I was walking one day, the sun smiling down on me, I looked up and said, "Aye, how can you burn so bright and never run out of light?" "Oh," said the sun, "if you hang around another million years, you might see my spectacular end, my last finale, like the Big Bang as I explode and melt in the galaxy, including the planet you call home." "Ain't you afraid?" said I. "It's nothing to look forward to, you know, at the end of your existence." "Oh, little one," she said back again, "there's nothing to fear, as you will never die, just be changed into a whole new creation with new dreams to try." The sky grinning so boldly that day I had to hear what he had to say. The sky said, "Hey mate, how many colors do you see me in every day? I awake in the morning with yellow and sometimes red, then follows pale hues of lavender cooling to blue shadows overhead, and clouds deeper and more royal till the twilight comes with oranges and crimson to end your toil. I've ever changed and a merrier complaint for me. I glow every shade luminous and bright like it's the best in sight. And why so many colors, you ask? Well, I'm full of air. If you listen closely, you'll hear every breath, every word, every dare. Just listen to the whispers, pressing the branches, fluttering from tree to tree. So many who have come and gone, each one with their unique story. Some long-winded, some short but sweet. Echoes of times of joy, keeping you light on your feet. Times of tears, tormenting, haunting, many fears. But all stories need to be said, need to be heard, so the world, spinning millions of miles around that old sun, will be able to say its journey is done. And the roar of the crowds is heard, and the wind pushes on his brothers, the docks and waves of the sea, beating on the shoreline, wearing it smooth, but applauding its efforts to stand its ground over the centuries. Then the clouds rolled in with a thunderous blow, setting off fireworks, a sensational show. And in between I could hear him singing, "Listen to the rain, listen to the rain, tells the story from whence we came. Listen to the rain, feel it patting you without pain. And you're giggling down the drain, drip, drip, dripping on the walk. Move to the beat, start dancing on the spot. Listen to the rain falling all around, waves of laughter, surging and waning, and the continual pitter-patter. All of nature is doing a dance. Can you feel it? Now's your chance. We're all here for a short time, a hiccup in history, so don't be afraid of your part in the great mystery." Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
We can, my dear.
All right, well, this one is a bit hard in Cockney. You probably would not understand it, so I decided to do it campy. So this is an experience I had a while ago in the neighborhood. I call on my way to dinner one night. It must have rained since everything is a bit wet still, the pavement and the sidewalk. The air is a bit cool and sweet. It just feels really good, fresh on my skin and in my lungs. As I walk to the restaurant, I see and hear people about, talking happily as they embrace, gesture with their hands, or sit and eat in the patios that are scattered throughout the neighborhood. I'm going out alone since Facebook friends aren't answering. One wasn't well last time I asked him out, but not too sick to go on a date with another friend of interest, ignoring my advances. I guess that's the answer to my question to his being interested in me. Well, that's two possibilities scratched. How should I feel? Whatever. I'm hungry for a chicken wrap and determined to get a seat at one of my favorite patios. When I get there, at least I get to sit with a few locals, 2 friends, and 2 I don't know. We go through the usual greetings, all is well, the new acquaintances polite and nice. We talk about, well, I've already forgotten, but then it happens, like every other time with those 2 I know, and the new ones now chime in. Oh, isn't he handsome? Oh yes, look at his face, he's so handsome. He could find a boyfriend easy. Well, yes, I could dress the part if I just want sex and get lucky quite quick and easy, but it may be not what I would want, nor be very tasty. I just want my chicken wrap. Besides, you can't live on dessert all of your life. And what I want is someone who will stick around, not someone who's married to the bar, just hooked on the chase. Been there, done that. I want something more at this stage of my life. Nothing against my friends. I know they mean well. Well, I was sitting there sipping on my tea to warm me. It was getting quite cool. But then the conversation turned to aliens. Well, that's no more spicy, as we romanced about saucers, orbs, and abductions. My wrap at last appeared. So mouthwatering, so delicious, as we talked more detailed extraterrestrial activities. Aliens flying over Lake Ontario, abductions at the Bluffs, sightings over many places in southern Ontario, from here to Lake Huron. My wraps were juicy and tangy, a wonderful mix of delights. While the air got quite chilly as the conversation waned to the more mundane, I realized my core temperature would next to drop, so I had to excuse myself and make my way home through the crowd of young, succulent men, and a few drag queens here and there, all to tempt my taste buds, but I had my fill. If you can't find a good man, then chicken will always satisfy the hunger inside. But of course, in the village, I had to walk by every flavor you could imagine. Tall, slender, and so sweet to feel your need for a treat. Older with shining silvery hair, but still with energy to dare. Every color and some so dark they'll make you smile happy as a lark. Young ginger with hair so red makes you wish you skipped dinner instead. But that's enough for me. Tonight, I will remain free to just be me. I don't need the strife that another can bring into my life. I don't need a thing that others think they need to bring. Besides, the village is just a moment away. I can come back another day. Now I can live my life my own way. Thank you so much. Come on out to poetry.
Ladies and gentlemen.